Hello friends, welcome back to our Control Systems Simplified series. Today we'll discuss about Bode plots, basics of Bode plots, what is a Bode plot, what is the need, how it is plotted, these sort of things. In the next video we'll be discussing about the basic drawing of Bode plot for a typical example. So here just understand the concepts of Bode plot, why it is essential, and what are its basics and what is the relevance of Bode plot for the control systems. Now, Bode plot is a graphical method basically used for design and analysis purpose of the control system. Here a logarithmic scale is used that helps in simplifying the way to graphically represent the frequency response of the system. The idea of logarithmic scaling was provided by Henrik W. Bode, basically, in which the logarithmic of magnitude and logarithmic of phase angle are separately plotted for logarithmic values of frequencies on x-axis. Now, previously we have seen that the basic form of frequency response curve represents a plot between magnitude and phase angle, as we are seeing in this, right? Sketched for various values of input frequency. In such plots, there is a variation on omega from 0 to infinity for which various values of magnitude and phase angle are achieved. However, accommodating all these values of magnitude and phase angle on a linear scale is quite difficult for different values when omega varies from 0 to infinity. Because of this, Bode proposed a different but a powerful method which helps the purpose of stability analysis of the control system. Basically, the use of Bode plot here you will see on the magnitude and phase on the y-axis and frequency in the logarithmic. That's the reason why we call this as a semi-log thing. We have logarithmic on x-axis and plane scale on the y-axis. We call it as a semi-log sheet. We use it for Bode plot. So out of the two plots, one plot corresponds to the magnitude versus frequency, x-axis frequency, and the other corresponds to the phase angle versus frequency of the response system. So we can say that Bode plot consists of two plots now, as we have just seen. It's a magnitude plot where magnitude is represented in logarithmic values against logarithmic values of frequency. For the transfer function of g omega, hj omega, in order to express the magnitude in logarithmic values, we need to find modulus of g of j omega, which is equal to 20 log g of j omega in modulus base 10 in decibels. And this magnitude in decibels is plotted for a log omega base 10, which is represented here. Then we have a phase angle plot where the phase angle degrees is drawn against the logarithmic values of frequency. Here the angular value of g of j omega in degrees is sketched against log omega base 10. The figure here represents the general representation of phase angle plot. We have angle of g of j omega on y-axis and log omega base 10 on the x-axis. Then Bode plot is also known as the logarithmic plot as it is sketched on the logarithmic scale. It represents a wide range of variation, magnitude and phase angle. So the change the given S domain transfer function into the frequency domain by replacing S with j omega. The next step is determine the magnitude and express it in decibels, like how g of j omega magnitude is expressed 20 log g of j omega base 10. This is how the thing. And determine the phase angle with tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. Okay, if you say I plus j omega minus j by I, So that will be the imaginary part is the J part, and real part we do it in tan inverse of form. Then further consider necessary approximations before plotting the graph of magnitude and phase angle against log omega for various values of omega between 0 to 10, 0 to infinity. So this is how Bode plot, these are the rules basically for open loop transfer function. First change the given S domain into the frequency domain. We convert it into frequency domain by converting into j omega. Then find the magnitude and then phase angle. G of j omega is equal to 20 log modulus of g of j omega. Then phase angle is tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. Okay, so then plot the magnitude and phase angle against. These are the simple rules to be followed. Now let's see it for a system gain of k. G of s is equal to k, and g of j omega into h of j omega is equal to k plus j omega. So modulus will get square root of k square plus 0, that is equal to k. So the magnitude in decibels will be expressed as 20 log k based on decibels. In the above given magnitude equation, due to the presence of constant k, the magnitude will always be constant for each values of omega between 0 and infinity, because it is constant. It is always constant for the values between 0 omega, between 0 to 0 here, 0 to omega. Thus, in the magnitude plot, this is indicated by a straight line parallel to the x-axis. This is a 0 decibels line. When k is equal to greater than 1, so it will always be less than 20 decibels, because 20 log k based on is always less than 20. Similarly, if when k is less than 1, the line will be present below the reference line at a distance of 20 log k, because minus 20 log k is always, k is less than 1. So it will always be more than minus 20. So it will always be below the minus 20 line. So this is how, for a system gain of k, we represent the magnitude plot in the for a system gain of k. Then g of j omega is equal to, which means the effect of k does not show variation. So 20 log k decibels is constant for all frequencies. Similarly, we do g of j omega into h of j omega k plus j0. Let's find out the phase angle now. Phi is equal to tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. Imaginary part is 0, real part is k. So 0 by k is 0. Phi is equal to tan inverse of 0. Tan inverse of 0 is 0. Okay, so for a gain factor of k contributes 0 to the phase angle plot. Now when we have a 0 decibels here, and it will always be at k is greater than 0, it will always be on this line. Where k is less than 0, it will be at minus 180 degrees. Okay, that's exactly what we see it. So for every positive value of k, that means k is greater than 0, phase plot specifications remain invariable. That means they lie on the line of 0 decibels. However, for each negative value of k, that means k is less than 0, it will contribute minus 180 degrees to the phase angle of the plot for every value of k between 0 and infinity. That will be continuously varying. Then let's see if the poles are zeros at the origin. Consider a single pole at the origin. We have g of s into h of s is equal to 1 by s as the transfer function. Then if we convert it into the complex form, g of j omega into h of j omega is equal to 1 by 0 plus j omega. So 1 by 0 plus s. Yes, we are replacing with j omega. Now calculating the magnitude, a modulus of g of j omega into h of j omega is equal to 1 by square root of 0 square plus omega square. So we get 1 by omega. Magnitude is 1 by omega. Magnitude in decibels will be given as 20 log 10, 1 by omega decibels. So 20 log omega to the power of -1. So we get as minus 20 log omega base 10. So this is the magnitude of g of j omega into h of j omega. Now let us check the magnitude changes for various values of omega. For omega is equal to 1, g of j omega into h of j omega modulus is equal to 0 decibels. For omega is equal to 10, it will be minus 20 decibels, because here you will see 20 log 10 base 10, it will be 1. So it will be minus 20. Then for omega is equal to 100, it will be 2 into 20 log 10 base 10. So we get minus 40. For omega is equal to 0.1, we get modulus of g of j omega is equal to plus 20. Plus 20 we get because 0.1, 1 by 1, 10 power minus 1 in this 10 power minus 1. So minus goes. So this will become log 10 base 10 is equal to 1. So it will be plus 20. That's how we get plus 20 decibels. So here we have taken the frequency as multiple of 10. This indicates the change as 1 decade. Multiple of 10, 10 means decade. So this signifies the magnitude here decays at a rate of minus 10 decibels, minus 20 decibels per decade. That's how the magnitude here changes. So further, for omega is equal to 1, the magnitude is 0 decibels. If you see the graph here, for omega is equal to 1, for omega is equal to 1, right? So the magnitude is 0 decibels. So the slope is minus 20 decibels. This is minus plus 20 to minus 20 decibels. Will interact the reference line at 0 decibels at omega is equal to 1. Moreover, the magnitude is plus 20 decibels and minus 20 decibels at 0.1 and 0.10. So at 0.1, the magnitude is 20 plus 20. You will see at 0.1, the magnitude is plus 20. At 100, the magnitude is minus 40. At 10, the magnitude is minus 20 decibels. So if you have minus 20 here, plus 20, if you join these two, we get a slope of minus 20 decibels per decade, and which is cutting exactly at omega is equal to 1. Now calculating the phase angle, g of j omega, angle of g of j omega into h of j omega, angle of 1 by j omega, we get 0 degrees by 90 degrees, that is minus 90 degrees. So here the phase angle is independent of omega. Okay, irrespective of it, it is going. Thus, phase plot for one pole at horizon is simply a line parallel to x-axis. So this is at minus 90 degrees. So here we have an idea about Bode plot, and which says that one pole at horizon we have at minus 90, which is horizontal to the x-axis. So this is about the Bode plot, both phase angle and magnitude scale. We have represented it in logarithmic scale and then tried to understand its behavior. So that's all the basics. So in the next video, we will see how to draw the Bode plot for a given example. So thank you very much.